My name is Sarsaparilla Squatch, but you can call me Mama. Everyone does, even my mother. When I first found out about my husband's abduction, I was concerned, and a bit horrified actually. And when both of our stomachs started growing, I became even more concerned and, well, a bit terrified. I was angry when I went into labor and he wasn't there for me. I was more than angry. I was irate. What I didn't know is that he was in the room next door, giving birth to a screaming purple blob. I hated that thing. I hated it with every fiber in my being. It was unnatural. It was an abomination. I hated the way Biggie doted on it. It was almost as if he didn't even care about his other sons, his Squatch sons, his true sons. I feel like I even began to hate Biggie for getting us into this situation. Mom had fallen in love with the wretched thing too. I wanted Biggie to find a way to send it back, but I could see that he would never do such a thing. One day, a storm woke the little blob, and his crying was giving me a migraine, so I forced myself to pick him up and feed him. It was in that moment that I saw what everyone else saw. This tiny creature with eyes as deep as the universe, with his 10 perfect tiny toes, and his 10 perfect tiny fingers, and his cute tiny little nose. He wasn't an abomination. He was just an innocent baby. He was our son. He was my son. Even though I didn't give birth to him, even though he was not related to me by blood, he was my son. I have spent every moment of my waking life making up to him for that hatred I felt, and I feel like I have loved him more than anyone else could. So when I say I would do anything for Nada, I would do anything. When I saw how devastated he was about what he accidentally did to Morgan, I knew I had to at least try to fix it. So I filled out the proper paperwork and booked us passage on a rocket ship to Sixum. My fear of humans and aliens meant nothing because we had to find a way to get Morgan's memory back. Sixum, although beautiful, is a frightening and eerie place. There are no buildings anywhere and very few aliens wandering around. Nada was laughing at my fascination with the rock formations that I just had to get a sample of. That's when we were surprised to find Morgan waving to us. She remembered Nada's name, but I could tell she didn't really recognize us. We never had the chance to find out. She was whisked away before we could even talk to her. Nada lost it. He showed his Sasquatch side that day. You see, Sasquatchers are very hot-headed. That is why we try to remain calm and collected. That is why we have tried to enlighten ourselves through yoga and meditation. I reasoned with him and calmed him down. We inquired about her, and we were told that trespassers were dealt with swiftly by the peacekeepers. We were told that although most cases were dismissed, some cases, depending on the infraction, could lead to prison or even death. They would let us know later what her fate was. I noticed something about Morgan that I'm not sure Nada did. I'm not sure if he knows. Heck, I'm not even sure if she knows. But we need to find Morgan. If not for her sake, then the sake of my unborn grandchild. Whatever it may be. Even if it's human, I will love it. Because I learned 2 things about hatred when Nada came into our lives. The first is most of the time hatred is born from fear. Fear of something different than what you perceive as normal. The second is hatred is not inherent. It is learned. It is taught through words and actions. Something I experienced firsthand when Nada was just a little blob. My little blob.